Hello everyone, my name is Sarah Santiago Osuna. I am a graduate student enrolled in the Mobile Solutions Development for Learning class, LDT 630. My presentation is centered on the foundations and relevance of mobile learning. Today I'll be presenting the evolution, present relevance, and political landscape of mobile learning. As we explore the timeline, you'll see how mobile technology transformed education and the political debates surrounding its use today. Let's start by looking at how mobile learning began. Mobile learning has its roots as far back as the 1970s with the concept of the Xerox Dynabook in 1972. Though never fully developed, this idea envisioned personal computers for educational use outside the classroom. This laid the foundation for what would become portable computing. Fast forward to the 1980s, and we have the TRS-80 Model 100, one of the first commercially available portable computers. While basic by today's standards, it was revolutionary in allowing students and professionals to learn and work away from their desks. In the 1990s, we saw the rise of personal digital assistants, PDAs, like the Palm Pilot, which furthered this idea of learning on the go. PDAs allowed users to take notes, manage schedules, and access limited information, all in the palm of their hand. In the early 2000s, mobile phones began to emerge as tools for communication and information access. Devices like the BlackBerry in 2002 and Nokia's Symbian-based phones provided users with the ability to email, browse the web, and manage basic information on the go. These early smartphones introduced a new level of mobility, enabling people to work and access information from anywhere. However, their impact on education was still limited. While they allowed for basic communication and resource access, they didn't have the full range of capabilities we associate with mobile learning today. That all changed in 2007 with the launch of the Apple iPhone. The iPhone transformed the mobile landscape by combining powerful computing with a user-friendly interface. For the first time, users could do much more than make calls or check emails. They could access a wide variety of apps, many of which were designed for learning. This marked a significant turning point. The iPhone's design made it easy for students and professionals to download educational apps, view multimedia content, and engage in interactive learning experiences from anywhere. Whether it was watching a lecture, participating in a virtual classroom, or even just reading an article, the iPhone made it possible to learn on the go. The iPhone, introduced in 2007, marked a pivotal moment in mobile technology, transforming phones from simple communication tools into powerful devices for education. The first iPhone combined internet connectivity and a touchscreen interface, making mobile learning more accessible. However, it was the launch of the App Store in 2008 that truly revolutionized education, enabling developers to create learning apps like Khan Academy and Duolingo. This allowed users to access educational content anytime, anywhere. As the iPhone evolved throughout the 2010s, features like FaceTime and Siri made remote learning and hands-free information access easier. The iPhone's portability and growing app ecosystem supported both formal and informal education. In 2020, the iPhone became essential during the COVID-19 pandemic, enabling students to attend virtual classes through platforms like Zoom and Google Classroom. With more advanced models offering 5G connectivity and high-quality cameras, the iPhone solidified its role as a key tool in blended and remote learning environments. As we entered the 2010s, mobile learning expanded dramatically, largely driven by the creation of powerful online educational platforms like Khan Academy, launched in 2006, and Coursera, founded in 2012. These platforms made high-quality educational content accessible worldwide, offering free or affordable learning materials that could be easily accessed on mobile devices. Khan Academy began as a simple platform for video tutorials on subjects like math, science, and history. It quickly gained popularity as a free resource for students, teachers, and parents. By providing short, engaging lessons on a variety of subjects, Khan Academy became one of the most used tools in both formal education systems and for self-directed learning, all available on smartphones and tablets. Similarly, Coursera revolutionized mobile learning by offering full university-level courses from top institutions like Stanford, Yale, and MIT. These massive open online courses, MOOCs, made it possible for anyone, anywhere, to take part in structured learning programs. Coursera brought formal education to the masses, enabling learners to earn certificates and even degrees entirely online and on their mobile devices. This era saw significant growth in mobile-first educational tools that included video lectures, interactive quizzes, and peer forums, allowing students from all over the world to engage in collaborative learning environments. A student in a remote village with only a smartphone could now access the same materials used by students at prestigious universities. Additionally, mobile learning in the 2010s wasn't just limited to formal education. Platforms like Udemy and edX provided professional development and skills-based learning, while apps like Duolingo made language learning more accessible through gamified lessons that fit into daily routines. The key to the rise of these platforms was the global expansion of mobile internet access, as mobile phones became more affordable and widespread. These platforms broke down barriers to education, helping to bridge gaps in access caused by geographic, financial, or political challenges. No longer limited to traditional classroom settings, learning could now be personalized and mobile, meeting the learner wherever they were. Then came the global pandemic in 2020, which forced a dramatic shift toward remote learning. Schools, universities, and businesses had to adopt mobile-friendly platforms like Google Classroom, Zoom, and Microsoft Teams almost overnight. This marked a turning point where mobile devices became essential tools for education. Suddenly, students and teachers had to adjust to virtual classrooms, and mobile apps became the primary means of delivering lessons. Even after the pandemic, schools have continued to integrate mobile-first technology, with some even adopting AR/VR tools for a more interactive learning experience. While mobile learning brought incredible opportunities, it also introduced new political and ethical challenges, particularly in places like Texas, Florida, New York, and California. In these states, debates have emerged over content regulation and the appropriate use of mobile devices in schools. For example, Texas and Florida have proposed restrictions on certain apps like TikTok due to privacy concerns, while in New York and California, some schools have limited mobile device usage to avoid distractions and protect student data. Globally, countries like China and several Middle Eastern nations have imposed strict regulations on what educational content can be accessed through mobile platforms. To conclude, mobile learning has evolved significantly over the last 5 decades, starting from early portable computers in the 1970s to the powerful smartphones and platforms we use today. The COVID-19 pandemic accelerated this shift, making mobile learning a critical part of our educational infrastructure. However, as we've seen, the political landscape surrounding mobile learning continues to evolve, with debates over privacy, content regulation, and the appropriate use of technology in education. As we look to the future, it's clear that mobile learning will play an even greater role, not just in education, but in lifelong learning. However, it will also be shaped by the political and social environments in which it operates. Thank you.